Do you want to know the most common mistakes that students of the English language make? آیا ئەتەوێت بزانیت باوترین هەڵەکانی تەڵەبەکانی ئینگلیزی چییە؟ خەمت نەبێ. Don't worry. Today I'm going to tell you one of the most common mistakes that my students make and how you can avoid it. Ba dest pê bikên? Let's get started. The mistake I will tell you about today is a common mistake of pronunciation. This is the mistake of mispronouncing the word people. Many of my students will say pupil or pupil when they are trying to read or say this word. I understand why this mistake is so common. Look at the spelling of the word people. P-E-O-P-L-E. There are two vowels at the beginning of the word. An E, and then right after the E, an O. Logically, most of my students think that they should pronounce the sound of the O. Bapê logikawa. Tălăbăkanim wa azanin ka abe sauti O balen. However, because of the history of English spelling and pronunciation, we no longer pronounce the sound of the O. Instead, the O is silent. Sauti pati O achoin. It's like we eat the letter O and don't pronounce it at all. And so we say the word as people. If you make this mistake, it's not your fault. Haletonia. It's the fault of complicated English spelling and history. But this mistake is important to fix because if you pronounce the word people as pupil, well, pupil is actually a different word altogether in the English language. Actually, pupil is two other words. In English, pupil can mean the black center part of your eye, which is called soma in Kurdish. Or pupil can be another word for student, for kutabi. So when you pronounce people as pupil, other people might think you're talking about your eye or about a student. Bragaurakam, you want to say it correctly so that people understand your meaning. And Bragaurakam, if this is new information for you, then please subscribe to this channel. Agar am zanyariya taze bû bêt bo to, tikaya subscribe ka bo am kanala. Destekanê xoş bêt. But mamosta, isn't this a very small mistake? Pupil instead of people? Yes, it is a very small mistake. But correcting small pronunciation mistakes like this is very important. This is because small changes in pronunciation can have big changes in meaning. Just think of the difference when a foreigner like me wants to ask for a boiled chicken, a marishki kulao, but instead asks for a marishki kalo, a fat chicken. That's a big difference in meaning, right? I wonder, if it's a fat chicken, does that mean it's more delicious? Anyway, baharhal, make sure you pronounce the word as people and not pupil, and others will understand your meaning and you will speak more like a native speaker. And that is your goal, to speak clearly and to speak more like a native speaker. That's all for today, my good people. Until tomorrow, Hata Sabene, Wa Hafiz.